Welcome to Epicor Eclipse ERP, sales order entry. This is going to cover a back order and scheduling with the purchase order being initiated by the salesperson writing the sales order instead of being initiated by the purchasing agent. With some luck, you've already viewed the video on the basic back order, or else a lot of what I'm talking about won't make any sense. So if you haven't, please stop and go watch that one, and then come to this. Anyway, so as with the process you saw on that video, we're in a sales order entry. We type in the first few characters of the product after we put in the quantity of 1, and we select off the list, and of course our shipping branch and our other branch show quantity of 0, and this is a non-stock item. We're going to have to select that and put it in the sales order anyway. As before in the previous video, we have the item in the body of the sales order, and it shows a availability date of 5/4. And as we discussed before, that date is being derived from the parameters in the byline maintenance. If you don't know what that is, go back, watch that video again. We have our common order status selections: call when available, call when complete, ship when available, ship when complete. The complete refers to, once again, the all the items in the body, or call when available would just deal with one particular item for that would be on that generation. And of course, we're going to pick call when available, just like last time. And as before, when the sales order is entered completely, the item will show up in the procurement queue of the purchasing agent. For them to go ahead and write a PO or to add that to an existing PO to have the vendor fulfill. But this is not going to happen in this case. In our particular company, our purchasing agent handles mostly just the common vendor stock and the warehouse stock. And so for unusual items that we normally would not carry, or depending on the vendor, our inside sales force actually does their own procurements and their own purchase orders. So we're going to assume in this case that this is one of those situations. So from within the sales order, you select the edit drop-down and select procurement to start the order procurement process. When you hit the order procurement screen, it's going to be blank. So click the update button, and then it will populate with the items that you'll want to procure. Select the item that you want, select Procure Item from the Edit drop-down menu, and the Line Item Procurement window will pop up next. This is being pulled from the byline information, whatever byline that this particular product belongs to, in this case Leviton, and all the sources that you are able to buy from for that vendor's product. In many cases, your distributor may have a local supplier that you can get a product fast, but it costs more for the product. Or someplace you can get it a lot slower, but you get a better price. So that's what this is going to deal with. In our case, we just have generic buyer please locate. You type in the quantity that you need for the procure quantity, keeping in mind of package quantities. You may not be able to bust it down that small, so you might have to order more. After you do that, then you either hit F12 to save what you've put in line item procurement, or hit File and Exit. Once you've entered the information in the line item procurement and save that, then you go back to Procurement Confirmation, Line Items, and create Purchase Order. And that will create the purchase order entry that you see there, where you can complete the next steps. Here we see the purchase order has been generated and completed by the salesman and sent off to the vendor. And once again, somehow miraculously, Leviton managed to get us the part delivered the very same day, where our warehouse clerk has gone ahead and received the item, and now it's in stock. And just like with the previous back order video, once the receiving has been done and the system sees it as being in inventory, It'll automatically show in the customer calling queue for the salesman that this is available for this order and that you need to call up the customer and find out how they want to have this delivered. Once you've talked with a customer to find out if they're ready for this item and they want it delivered, then you'll go into the sales order, change the order status to whatever is appropriate that you've communicated with your customer, and save the order and complete it. In this case, we're just going to ship the item complete and deliver it to the job site. So we're going to leave the ship via as our truck. And once you exit, all that has been initiated. The pick ticket will be printed. The warehouse people will pull the part and will hopefully get on the truck and off to a happy customer. And that completes our presentation on a backorder sales order with a purchase order initiated by the salesman instead of by the purchasing department. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for your attention, and as always, this is Doug Fashing.